In July of this year, you may remember that TDN produced a video on Gleneagles lauding his exploits as a versatile stallion just after his son Millstream had won the Group 1 July Cup. Now, TDN is producing a video on Millstream himself as he is settling into life at Yeomanstown Stud ahead of the 2025 breeding season. Robert O'Callaghan tells us why they wanted Millstream for their roster.
Millstream was retired to Yeomanstown Stud this year, so he's a great new addition to our roster. Very excited to have him. Group 1 July Cup winner, it's a very prestigious race. He's a top class horse, Group 1 winner, Group 2 winner, Group 3 winner listed, very tough horse, very consistent, and a very good looking horse. It was a high price yearling, made 350,000 in October 2 to Anthony Stroud, and just very excited to have him. We're always on the lookout for a new horse every year, but as I said, they're very hard to get. Primarily look to the 6 furlong miler division. That's generally where we kind of go to. And we've been following him when he won his listed in Group 3s at Deauville as a 3-year-old. We were following his career long. I've always been a fan of his sire, Gleneagles. I think does very well. And then this year, when he won the Duke of York Group 2, he said he looked like he was on the cusp of doing something great. And after a high-class run in the Diamond Jubilee behind Cadem, he came out and won July Cup. And when he won July Cup, we were on to Mr. Stroud and Mr. Harris, and we eventually were able to strike a deal. Obviously, bred by Red Pender Stud, Jimmy Murphy, very good breeder and great judge of a horse. I actually remember that year in October 2, there was a lot of word coming about this Gleneagles colt down at Red Pender, and he went on to make 350,000, which was a big price, not only for Gleneagles but on the day at the sale. He was one of the top prices that day. William Buick was very keen to get back on him July Cup. He thought he ran a great race in the Diamond Jubilee, and he just said the team had done such a good job at Jane's getting him ready for July Cup. He was very excited, and he thought he showed his real true colours that day, the way he fought out the finish there, and just was very strong through the line. And he's been a very high thought of by a lot of good people in the game. I've always been a fan of the stallion. I think he's always been a little bit underrated. I think this year he really showed what he can do, having a July Cup winner and a horse just beating the Juddmonte, range from all distances. So I think you can see it in the sales ring the last year now. I think it's very exciting to have a son of his a stud, especially the first one. Galileo has crossed well with Dark Angel mares, with Angel Blood, being a champion 2-year-old. So we have a lot of Dark Angel mares who we'll be sending him, and we have a lot of other nice mares we're going to send him. So we're very excited to support him. I know Mr. Harris has kept a few breeding rights, and he's excited to send him some mares as well.